day, viewers. Today I'll be looking at my top 6 Elton John albums post 70's. And the reason for that is, many always refer to Elton's classic period between 1970 and 76, and totally discredit his work that he's done in the 80s and 90s and even up to date. So these are my top 6 albums post 70's, and right off the bat I'm starting off with Breaking Hearts. Now immediately, you know, fans would say Too Low for Zero. That's the number one pick when it comes to his 80s albums. I feel that Breaking Hearts has always been overshadowed by Too Low for Zero. It's mostly up-tempo rockers. It's known for its hit single Sad Song Say So Much, and it's my favorite album of the 80s. I prefer this. You have a batch of lyrics from Bernie Taupin which are very low. So I think he must have been going through a tough period. These lyrics are similar to Blue Moves in style, in that they almost morbid, and Elton decides to take these lyrics. You can only go two ways: either singing the blues or turn them into funky up-tempo rockers, and then that's what he does. So you have Restless, Slow Down Georgie, She's Poison, Who Wears These Shoes, which was a minor hit in the US. It's a great up-tempo number. Then side 2, Passengers, was a hit single in the UK. I think it might have been a hit single internationally as well, because it got lots of radio play. That song is about, it has a deeper meaning to it. Not many people get that. The song was inspired by a South African artist, Venus, I can't recall his surname, who originally composed that melody of the synthesizer. Then lyrically the song is written about apartheid South Africa. So it has a much deeper meaning that at the time seems to have been lost. Down in Buildings, which is an outstanding and underrated song. Diddy Shooter, which was a missed opportunity, I feel, for a Western style, country style song. You get those country flavored songs on each and every Elton John album. I felt that Diddy Shooter could have been that. I feel like a bullet in the gun of Robert Ford number. And then obviously the massive hit Sad Song Say So Much. From Breaking Hearts to Live in Australia, if you love string arrangements, if you like symphonic music, it's the perfect blend of symphony and rock. It takes all of those great string arranged songs from the 70's and Elton does it in a more mature voice. The album is notorious for Elton going through his vocal problems. After this tour, he actually had to go for surgery. So yeah, it's a double album. 60 years on, I Need You to Turn to, Greatest Discovery, Tonight. Sorry seems to be the hardest word. The King Must Die, Take Me to the Pilot, Tiny Dancer, Have Mercy on the Criminal, Madman Across the Water, Candle in the Wind, Burn Down the Mission, Your Song, Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me. The hit single from this was Candle in the Wind. The live version was released and it became a hit in the US. It was a hit all around internationally as well. So that's 1987, and then Sleeping with the Past. Fantastic record. Fine album. Apparently Bernie and Elton drew on the inspiration from early 60s soul singers and groups like the Drifters and those Motown artists. You start off with Durban Deep, harks back to the days of apartheid South Africa. Healing Hands, a double A side with Sacrifice, so it's often overlooked that Healing Hands is actually a number one. What topped the charts in the UK? Whispers, Club at the End of the Street, another minor hit. Sleeping with the Past, Stone's Throw from Hurting. Interesting, I've once heard somebody mention that Elton isn't singing in a high-pitched voice on Stone's Throw from Hurting. He's actually whispering into the mic, and that was amplified. Sacrifice, which is the massive hit from this album, topped the charts the world around. I Never Knew Her Name, It Amazes Me, gospel style track, and then Blue Avenue. So very much overlooked. So that's my look at the three 80s albums. Next video I'll be focusing on the 90s to date.